Hello everybody, this is Tawang Manager from Manager Sustainable Solutions. So today I want to talk to you about how to actually become financially free. Before I do, please subscribe to my channel to become a member of the Manager Sustainable Solutions community. But back to the questions, how to actually become financially free. So the answer is simple, but you might think it's complicated. So I'll give you a chance for you to guess. Can you guess? Oh, I know you got it wrong. But the answer is quite simple. To be able to move from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant, especially on the business side, you need to possess the ability to think. So many people think they think, but they actually do not think. Only 3% of the world thinks. Why do you think less people are so much less are more successful? It's because they think. They are problem identifier, they are problem solvers, and the answer really relies in terms of how do they actually solve the problem, that they don't get trapped to being a self-employed, but to be a successful business that actually employs 500 people plus. So I'll give you an example, but before I do, I want to emphasize that if you have grabbed now the concept that you must have the ability to think, you can actually stop watching this video now and go out there and do the action of thinking. Okay? So, for the rest who still want more details, I'll go further. So there was a village that had a problem. So the problem was they did not have enough water, or they did not have water, unless if it rains, that only when they get their water. So the elders of the community decided we need to make a plan to get consistent water in the community. So what they did is that they talked to the people, say people must volunteer, and then they will contract them. Two people volunteered. It was Ed and it was Bill. So both of them volunteered to solve this problem. So immediately after volunteering, they were contracted. The elders decided that they need to contract both of them to keep the prices low and to keep the competition high, and to ensure that there's backup supply of water in cases one of the supplier have some issue. So what happens then is that Ed immediately bought 2 buckets. After buying those buckets, he started from the lake to the community tank to supply the water every time. And he was making money, a lot of money in that regard, because Bill on the other side had disappeared. So Ed could only supply during weekdays, and he was making a lot of money through hard work, but he was not worried because he was making money. But when you go to Bill, Bill, instead of buying 2 buckets to compete with Ed, he did not do that. He started learning. So when he learned, he had a few questions he wanted to answer for himself. He wanted to answer, how can he provide high volumes of water that are clean, of high quality? So this is where the answers he was trying to figure out. So he disappeared for a while to answer these questions. So when he did, he wrote a business plan. And then he got himself 4 investors. And then after 6 months of this process, he came back. He had employed people. And then he put pipelines from the streams or from the river or lakes to the community to supply the water. So this did not require Bill to work. afterwards, because now he had developed a system that could generate money for him. So during the launch, he had said that he's gonna bring this water. It's gonna be high volume, high quality, 24/7 supply of water. And so many people, because of that, and they like it, they came to his side. And the other thing, which was a good shot from him, was that he charged 75% less than what Ed was charging. So obviously, people moved to him. Okay? Ed, on the other side, seeing that now the competition is becoming stiff, so he bought 2 more buckets. Which means that now he had to make every trip, instead of carrying just 4, he need to carry 4 buckets of water every time. And then because this water was cleaner, he was having no lids on his bucket, so he bought lids on the buckets to try to make the water clean. But still, many people got there and less people were just left there, because this was a better system for them. But let's then look at the differences between these two. Okay, so what made Bill to be more successful and what made Ed to be less successful? The key is learning. If you know Thomas Edison, the guy who created the light bulb, he had failed 1,014 times. But that failure became his success, because when he was criticized that he failed to make it until the 1,014 times, he said, "No, I did not fail. I just now know how not to make a light bulb 1,014 times." So this is what Bill was engaged in learning. So if you are to make it in business, you need to learn, and to learn requires thinking. Another key thing is that he got investors. So investors association. So to be able to make it in business, you cannot make it alone. You need to grab other people that are like-minded with you to move along with you. And the other thing is that he built a pipeline, which means that he created a system, a mechanism that does not require him to work. And then afterwards, he actually realized that if these people in my community need this, I can actually cascade this to other communities. And he actually ran this and made more billions, because he distributed water all over the world. But Bill was only restricted in one place because he had to be physically there. So you need to ask yourself very, very key questions when you want to be a business owner. Are you either hauling buckets, or are you building a pipeline? This is the question that you need to answer for yourself. If you are building a business that you'll be hauling buckets, stop it and rethink. Okay? So on the next video, I'll be discussing how to become a successful investor. So thank you for watching this video, and then I'll see you on the next one.